We ready? We not. We can ready to say. We can ready to say welcome. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome to Fun Facts Friday.
Hi, here we are.
Hello.
Hi.
In case you tried to log on at 6 o'clock, we are now doing a new time. We are starting at 6:30-ish. Yes, 6:30-ish. And we will go until we finish talking for the day. How is everybody doing today? It's Friday. It's a beautiful Friday. It's nice and sunny, clear skies where I'm at.
June 19th.
Yes, it's Juneteenth.
19.
How are you guys feeling today?
Huh?
How are you guys feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
I'm doing great. Fabulous.
Woo!
Well, today, like you said, is June 19th. It is National Flip Flop Day, Garfield the Cat Day, and it is Juneteenth. And tomorrow is National American Eagle Day. The 20th of June is National American Eagle Day. So first, we're going to talk about Garfield the Cat Day. Garfield the cat, you remember Garfield the cat? He used to, was it lasagna or spaghetti? I think it was lasagna he liked to eat, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was the spaghetti. I think Tomcat was the spaghetti person.
Okay.
But
So Garfield
correct
was
me if I'm wrong.
Garfield was the one that ate lasagna. And Garfield comic strip was launched on June 19th, 1978. So that was 42 years ago. Garfield was around. And it was created by Jim Davis, who named the cat after, can you guess who the cat was named after? Where do you get the name Garfield? It was his grandfather. So his grandfather's real name was Garfield. And so that's where he named the cat Garfield, after his grandfather. And how we just mentioned it launched in 1978, which was 42 years ago. Well, Garfield the cat holds the comic strip holds Guinness World Record for being the world's most widely syndicated comic strip. I'm surprised because what was another comic strip? Beetle Bailey? Wasn't that one around for a long time too? But maybe it wasn't as widely syndicated as Garfield was, because that's what it holds the records for, the most widely syndicated comic strip. So
well, that's crazy because I remember back in the day in Bazooka Bubblegum, there used to be a comic strips in there.
Yep.
Okay, so I dated myself, huh?
Well, I remember seeing those on the thing, and I'm not that old, so you're not that old either.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't understand. You know, there was a lot around, but I didn't realize that that Garfield held the Guinness Book of World Record.
Yes, it held the Guinness Book of World Records for being the most widely syndicated comic strip. Today is also National Flip Flop Day. You know, I love that day because I could wear flip flops. I used to have flip flops that had the big flowers on them.
Right.
Flip flops that have the little jewels and the bling on it. As long as it was a flip flop, even now I don't flip flops as much, but I like open toe shoes. I say my feet are claustrophobic.
Right. But you know what I used to love about flip flops? Is that's the way they sound when you walk. Yeah.
Yep. It says flip flops can come in all shades and colors, beaded, bejeweled, bedazzled, like flowers. I think at one time I even had a pair of flip flops that had like a little kitten heel on them.
Yep.
Those were the fancy flip flops.
Yeah. Those were the going out flip flops.
Right. Flip Flop Day was actually created by Tropical Smoothie Cafe in 2007 to celebrate their 10th anniversary. So they came up with the whole Flip Flop Day in 2007 to celebrate its 10th anniversary. And what they also had, like, you could go to Children's Network is usually a hot air balloon. Sometimes you could buy from restaurants or stores to donate to a cause. But Tropical Smoothie, they had little paper flip-flops and they would donate it to a charity. So that's where that came up.
Now, is Tropical Smoothie, are they in Southern California? It sounds like a Southern California type
You know,
place.
I didn't look up where Tropical Smoothies were or if they're even still around. Well, Tropical Smoothie Cafes are still around. TropicalSmoothieCafe.com. Searching locations. There's some in Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California. Oh, okay, well, I'll just say it looks like there's at least one in every state, because as I'm scrolling through, there's a lot of states here. It looks like there might be one in every state. So it's not just in California, it's Foothill Ranch, Fountain Valley, Irvine, Ladera Ranch, Orange, Rancho Cucamonga, Rancho Santa Margarita, and Upland. And those are the Tropical Smoothie Cafe locations in California. So yeah, those are mostly
Southern California.
Yep, where it's cool, where it's hotter, and you'll be walking around wearing flip-flops.
Right.
Another national day, the national day that is tomorrow, which is my mom's probably favorite day, one of them, is the National American Eagle Day. She loves eagles.
Yes, she does.
So it says that the bald eagle is both the national bird and the national animal for the United States, and it appears on its seal. Now, when I read that, I thought that was interesting because it specified the difference in the national bird and national animal, because we wouldn't think that a bird is considered an animal, but it is of the US. So it appears on the seal. It used to be an endangered and a threatened wildlife, but in June of 2007, the American, a lot of stuff happened in 2007. That was flip-flop day started in 2007. So in June of 2007, the American eagle was withdrawn from the list of endangered and threatened wildlife in the lower 48 states. So it was no longer endangered and it was no longer threatened because the population had increased enough that they were able to take it off of the endangered list in 2007.
But you know what? But they still treat it as an endangered species. About 2-3 years ago, down the road, when they were doing construction on 80 going toward Dixon, they had to slow up because there was a tree there and it had a bald eagle in it, and they would not do anything until they got that bald eagle moved.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder where they put it.
You know what? That would be something that I have to find out.
Yeah,
Because
but
they did finally get the construction completed, but I don't think I ever heard what really happened.
to it.
So I'm
But
gonna have
they
to
had
find
to-
that out.
Yeah, but that's something. So it is, like you said, that shows it's still protected if they stopped construction on a major highway because of the eagle. So do you know, there's a lot of facts that we could talk about eagles. And eagles, I know that the females, sometimes they can have a wingspan of 6 to 7 feet. So that just gives you an idea of how wide they can spread their wings. And the females are usually larger than the males. So that would tell you that they need to have a big nest. Well, the largest recorded eagle's nest was found in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it measured 9.5 feet in diameter and 20 feet deep and weighed in at nearly 3 tons. 20 feet.
Wow.
That's pretty long. There's a place in, I think it was Utah, and they actually created a replica of it just to show, to get the idea of how big it was. And so I'm going to share a picture of it. And this is in Utah. This isn't the original one, but they did it with the measurements to give an idea. You see the 2 girls here and how much bigger. That's 20 feet replica of the eagle's nest.
Wow.
That's pretty deep. But it seems like what happened is like it started down here one year because eagles mate for life. Once they get a mate, they stay with that same mate for life and they keep returning back to the same nest year after year. And so what happened, what it looks like happened is so this year they built the nest, it was here. The next year they came back, they built the nest on top of the previous one. So they just kept building it and they got wider in diameter and they just kept building it higher and higher, stacking it up until it became 20 feet deep and 9.5 up here would be 9.5 feet in the diameter. So that thought in itself was pretty interesting. The eagles mate for life. Too bad people can't do that because we have people.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. Maybe there's some people that need to take some tips from these bald eagles.
From the
That's
eagle,
right.
right?
That's why I say I'm the eagle.
Yes, and yes, you are.
Well, mate for life, yep, because
Yes, you
they
are.
find a mate and they stay for life and then they live between 20, 30 years. So that means they're with that mate, they're living for 20 to 30 years. Is people can't keep the same mate for 2 years.
True.
Not even that sometimes. They get that annulment, it's gone.
Right? 2 months.
Right.
But you know what's interesting about the eagles too is that the male eagle, when they're made, when after they do mate and they lay the eggs, the male eagle does a lot of the work in taking care of the eggs until they hatch. So
See,
they
that's
switch
what I'm
off.
talking about.
Exactly.
That's you know what? That's what I'm talking about. There's men out there that need to hear that. They
Right.
take care of it.
Yeah, they work together. So that teamwork makes them stay together.
Right. So what they say, teamwork makes the dream work.
Makes the dream
That's
work.
right.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. And that, you know what, that's true because that could have something to do with why they can't stay, like you said, to stay together so long because they're not getting burnt out taking care of the eaglets and doing everything because daddy helping.
Daddy's helping.
Exactly.
Well, I hope daddy's working too, though, going out getting the food.
Oh yeah, he brings the food. He brings food in too.
Okay.
They switch off.
Okay.
Teamwork.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, wait a minute. Can't be that daddy that's just sitting at home.
Well, I don't know. He could be at, what if he's at home? What if you have a dad that's at home, which nowadays some roles are flipped. The mom's the one going to work. Dad might be at home doing the schoolwork and teaching.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fine.
I would be okay.
If he's a good cook,
well,
I wouldn't mind coming home and dinner's ready and the house is done. Hey, that works.
Yeah.
As long as it's equal labor, equal pay.
Right. Not just at home playing video games while the kids run around tearing it up, waiting for mama to come home and clean it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm reading, it said that the oldest one was 32 years of age, but it can live up to be 70 years.
Ah.
Wow. So that's older than some.
But it says,
eagles are,
and what we have to look at, it said, but to reach this age, he must make a hard decision. So
what's the decision?
Going up into the wilderness and breaking off the beak and pulling out the feathers. What does it say? The decision you have to make.
I'm trying to find it.
So what was it that you said?
The rejuvenating himself. You got to go out by yourself for a while. And then he just almost regrows new feathers and new beak and everything.
Oh, wow. So he gets reborn, become a new person.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, so almost if he's been, so that is another thing for the humans, being reborn, so he goes.
Right. New birth.
There we go.
The new birth.
So you know what? There's a lot that we can learn from the eagle.
Yeah, it is. Another thing about the eagles, see, we could talk, told you there's a lot of facts about the eagles, how eagles fly alone, they don't fly in packs. Because I know we always told that one. The eagle flies alone. If you're gonna be an eagle, you may not have a lot of friends with you because the eagles, they fly by themselves. They don't fly in big packs like the other birds.
I'm sorry if you hear all that honking. Somebody's doing a drive-by graduation thing.
Aw,
Yeah.
those are pretty common now.
Yes, they are.
I like those.
What, the drive-bys?
The drive-by celebrations. I think that's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Less cleanup.
Less preparation too.
Right. I don't mind those kind
That's
of
true.
celebrations. You should
Yeah.
do a wedding
That's
like
true.
that. Just have the preacher come to the porch, marry him in the yard, and then let all the cars just drive by. You don't have to worry about all that.
Well, as long as they throw me a gift out the window, then I'm good.
Right, yeah,
Right.
right. Drop your gift off on the
We did one
sidewalk.
like that. Somebody was out there and they just collected the cards and the gifts. And,
Yeah,
you know, and the cars
Yes,
just kept going by. That was
the
cool.
drive-by anniversary, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, but with this ego, you know, like I said, there's a lot for us as humans to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's why we look up to MMJ over there.
Right. She's the
Yeah.
eagle expert over there.
She's the ego. She's my ego. I can say that for myself.
But see, that's the thing about it too. It stays calm by flying through the storms,
Mhm.
getting up to the top. You know,
But you have to go through the storm to get to the top
through
of
the
the storm.
Most of us, we get to the storms and then we done. When the storm, when we're in the storm, that's it. We can't handle it. But if you keep going, keep pressing, get up to the calm.
Mhm.
I know you be trying to fly me up there. I be excited. I can't swim.
No.
I can't fly, no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
We're getting there.
that was our information on the American Eagles. And so it's somehow the eagle, when you look at the eagle, is also is the national animal of the US. And so just how you said we have to fly through the storm to get to the clear skies and the smooth skies, we should probably as Americans look at that. And as African Americans, today is a special day for us because, well, not me personally, but us as a culture have had to fly through some storms. And going through the storm of slavery, which is the reason why we are celebrating today as Juneteenth, June 19th. It actually, and these facts came from Juneteenth.com, HoustonTX.gov, Wikipedia.org, and mentalfloss.com. So this year is the 155th anniversary of Juneteenth. It is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States. So we say that this is the day that the slaves were freed, but it wasn't really on today. The Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, which is the statement that freed the slaves and I'll say sort of freed the slaves, because as I was looking at information, I found out that the proclamation said that the slaves were no longer slaves, but it was recommended that they stay on the land that they were at and work for a fee and get paid by the slave owners. But I don't know, I don't blame some of the slaves that left, because if I get free from slavery, I don't want to stay with you, whether you pay me or not. No, I don't think that's gonna work. I want to go. If I'm able to go, let me go. And so, but Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation became official on January 1st, 1863. But because of, there's a few different stories, but the most common one is because of the time that it took to travel from wherever they were to Texas. It wasn't until June 19th, which is today, the 19th, 1865, that the news that the people who were slaves were free got to Galveston, Texas. So it took about 2.5 years for them to find out that they were free. Now,
Well, you know, they was on a horse and buggy. They can't get around too fast.
okay, now they were on a horse and buggy, but I wonder, and this is one that's just gonna say, the slave owners, they probably had some faster horses. We'll just say that. They probably had some faster horses to get messages a little bit quicker.
I know, like that Pony Express, huh?
Right, right. So did it really take them 2.5 years to find out that the slaves were supposed to be free? Or did they just not want to tell the slaves because they wanted to use them up for the last of that they could get? Because that was one story also that I found, that they did not find out till 2.5 years later because they wanted to get past one more cotton harvest. And they didn't want to tell the slaves that they could be freed because they wanted to use them for one more last harvest. So when I was reading this information, I'm like, see, some of this type of stuff, this is why we have protests today.
But you know what's so funny though? What the funny part of the whole thing is they said when they was reading it, that some of the slaves, they didn't even get the whole thing out. All they heard was free, and they was freed, and they were running, and they didn't even hear the whole speech. They were gone. They were out of here. Deuces.
Deuces, that's what they said. Deuces, all they heard was free. But see, and some of the masters too, they ended up, just because they were upset, because they were free, they ended up killing some of the slaves that tried to escape. But, well, I guess I should say escape, because they were free. They weren't escaping.
Right. They weren't escaping, they were leaving.
Yeah, they were leaving, but they were mad at them, so they still were hurting some of the slaves, killing some of them. It was, yeah. Like we said, they weren't escaping. They were just trying to leave like they were entitled to. But
there was a lot of them that were, the reason they were afraid to leave because that's all they knew.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know this is not grammatically correct, but you know, they were probably saying, what is we gonna do?
Right.
Where is we gonna go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
That probably is, and that's how I forget the name of it, but we talked about it a couple weeks ago. When the ex-slave had went and bought land, and then they started going in and here in not Southern California, but down towards the valley. And so they probably, if you think about it, they probably did that and went to the same type of things they were doing before. Okay, well, I was tilling the ground for massa, so I'm gonna do that over here, where it still was different. It was their own land, but sometimes we do get accustomed. We could be, what they say, this is a message. We could be tied up in something. It's like the story when you have the crabs or the flies, whatever it was, that was trying to jump out, and you kept putting the lid on it so they knew that.
Fleas.
What was it?
The flea.
The flea. And you put the cap on it, and they get used to only jumping so high that then when you take the cap off, they still jump the same height because they don't realize that there's freedom there and there's more things for them. But you know, thank God we're free today.
So what we were talking about a few weeks ago was that Alan's
yeah, I know that's why I can't remember his full name.
Allensworth. Yeah, wasn't it Allensworth? Yeah, Allensworth State Park.
Right, that was in here in Southern California. Not, I keep saying Southern, but down in the valley towards Southern California.
Yeah, in the valley.
Yeah. So, but let's see. So it says Juneteenth today celebrates African American freedom and achievement while encouraging continuous self-development and respect for all cultures. So we celebrate our freedom and achievement, and we also are encouraging the self-development, like we said, to go out, start your own business. You are free. You are able to do things on your own. Yeah.
So become an entrepreneur.
Right. Have your own and support good businesses.
Yeah, support Black owned.
Good Black owned.
Good Black.
Yeah,
Point.
Good Black-owned
Good
businesses,
point.
right?
Let's see some other facts here. So, okay. So how we're talking about going out and realizing you're free and doing something different. So there were some people that were in 1872, it says former enslaved people, they pulled together $1,000. Now imagine in 1872, the value of $1,000 was a lot more. I mean, $1,000 is even a lot now. So you think in 1872, how much was $1,000 worth? It was worth a lot. So a group of the ex-slaves got together $1,000 and they purchased 10 acres of land, and they named that land, they called it Emancipation Park, because when it was the first anniversary of Juneteenth, they wanted to celebrate. You know, we're free, it's been a year, but segregation was big. They still had separate stuff, and there weren't places for the African Americans to be. So they all pulled together, they got together $1,000 and they bought 10 acres of land in Houston, Texas. And they named it Emancipation Park. And that park today is still called Emancipation Park. And if you go to the HoustonTX.gov, you can find more information because different ones branched off. They bought more parts to it. They have different names. But that initial Emancipation Park is still there, called Emancipation Park. And it was the only public park and swimming pool in the Houston area that was open to African Americans until the 1950s.
So you know what? So about that, if this topic wouldn't have hit next month was my family reunion, and it was in Houston this year, and that's where
was it going to be at Emancipation Park?
It's going to be held at.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe another year you'll be able to go and see that, just to be able to say you've been there. Have you been there before?
No.
Oh.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But that was gonna be something really you know, cool to me, because yeah.
Well, the history.
Yeah. So this here, I looked at this inflation calendar. It's in 2013dollars.com is what the site is. And in 1872, $100 was worth $2,009 in 2017. So if we just go by that value, that means $1,000 was worth, we need to add another zero. So $1,000 was worth $20,000. So they came up with the equivalent of $20,000.
And even back then, that's still a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. $1,000 was a lot, but to put it so we could relate today, to come with $20,000, that's like, okay, we're not working. That's like saying getting a bunch of teenagers who never worked, were never getting paid, pull together all their allowances, all their money, their little nickels that they've saved to come with $20,000. That's a feat. That's determination. That's saying we want to have our own. We're determined we're going to make this work and we're going to purchase it.
Yeah.
Imagine how they felt with that. I don't know if it's entitlement, but the empowerment to know that they did that on their own and they purchased it and they own something.
So why do you think it's so hard for people to pull together now?
That, you know, we said that the other day when all those ex-slaves worked the Allenstown, you know, people used to have to work together, as far as African Americans had to work together. And that's how a lot of songs were created and communicating their own languages in a sense, you know. And I don't know what happened where people fighting against each other now, but yeah, this shows that they work together and join together to be able to do that and purchase that land. That's a good one. Could go deep.
Really deep.
I think it's a matter of mistrust. You know, always think somebody's really out to get you or to step on you in order for them to get ahead.
Yeah.
So we don't trust
crab mentality.
Yeah, that crab mentality.
Right.
You know, and then it's like, where did that come from? Where did that thought come from? you know, and a lot of it, they say, just goes back deep, and we just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think it's easy for us to, you know, if you have your girlfriend, oh, do we like him today? Do we like her today? It's do we. They may not did anything to you, but just because I know me and Sissy, like, no, we don't like her right now, you know?
No, we're not good.
We're not talking to them right now. And you say we, but they may not did anything to the other person, but you automatically say we. So that could come from something that somebody's great grandmama did to your great grandmama, and you just keep carrying it on and say, oh no, we don't like that family. And then it becomes, no, we don't like none of them, you know?
Right.
And so then we get separated.
The Hatfields and the McCoys.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then come to find out,
There was
nobody even knew what it was all about.
Right.
right.
Or it wasn't even true. The reason you mad wasn't even a true story.
Yeah.
You know? Somebody started it like the telephone game, right? Somebody started a rumor and you mad. Did you hear what they said about you? They weren't even talking about you. They were talking about something else, but you got mad and messed up and missed everything you guys could have did together because you didn't want to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Juneteenth, it began as a Texas holiday. Well, obviously, because that's where they had purchased the lamb. It began as a Texas holiday in 1980, but it is now recognized by 49 of the 50 states as a holiday or observance. And so that's as a state holiday. Now, I just read, it was today or yesterday, that there were some Congress people that are pushing for it to become a federal holiday. You know, and President Obama, even when he was a senator, he had pushed for it to become a federal holiday, and it still never did, even once he became president. But then now they're pushing for it again. And
I thought Trump said he was the only one that ever made it a big deal.
Okay, we don't mention his name on Fun Fact Fridays. We don't say the T word.
No,
we don't say the C word.
I thought the current president said he was the one that has brought attention to Juneteenth, the only president that ever had. Did you guys saw that?
And like I said, so President Obama, when he was a senator.
I'm just saying.
Okay, to answer the question, yes, I did hear that. We will check if that's fake news or not. But I also read today.
It's fake.
That's coming from the ANM News says it is fake. Yeah. So anyway, as I lost my train of thought with the silliness, because that was some foolishness in that statement right there.
Right, but can I say something along?
The statement that the guy made. We just gonna say the guy. Yeah, go ahead.
So you were talking about the different states that observe it or that has made it a holiday. But do you know there are some companies that have also observed it? Yesterday, I got an email from my bank. That
they gave you an extra deposit. They gave you an extra deposit for it.
I wish they would. Because I'm still waiting on my 40 acres and a mule and whatever else came with it.
Was this the first time they've ever done that, or this your first year with that bank?
No, it's not my first year with this bank.
It's the first time they ever done this.
Year?
I was with them last year, but this is the first time that I received an email from them stating that.
Right.
Just like the brown Band-Aids. It's what everything is going on today. This is their way of saying, hey, we're
recognizing you.
Don't vandalize our business because we're for y'all. Power to the people. That's what it's about. They never thought about it before.
And that's why I wouldn't be so surprised if it does become a federal holiday now, because I guess you could look at it both ways. One, they're just trying to appease everybody because of the current situation. And two, it's a matter of taking advantage of timing. Sometimes you can try to do things and it's just not time. Like when it was tried to be pushed for a federal holiday, it wasn't time. But now, once it becomes a federal holiday, even after the current social situation, the current uprising is gone, it'll still be a federal holiday. So sometimes we just have to take advantage of the timing of the situation, which, you know, any of us that can really think and start putting stuff together know that that's probably, they never did it before, but now it gives you a reason to do it. But thank you for doing it, because now it's going to be a federal holiday forever. Because I don't know of any state holidays, sometimes they change them, but I don't know of any federal holidays they took away. Because once it becomes a federal holiday, if they take it away, it's going to start another uprising. Right. You know, I mean, if you think about it, if they give it to us and then they take it away, that's going to start a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
So we can find the brighter side that, yeah, go ahead and give it to us. But yeah, so I don't know, but it's only recognized though, 49 out of 50 states as a holiday or observance. And there's one state that does not recognize it as a state holiday. And that exception is Hawaii. Why? I couldn't find a reason, like if they gave a reason why, but Hawaii is the only state that doesn't recognize Juneteenth as a state holiday. And I just wonder, unfortunately, I haven't been to Hawaii yet, but I just wonder if it's because of the demographics. You know, the United States, there's African Americans all over. And I wonder if it's Hawaii doesn't have that big of an African American population, so they haven't been pressed to do it. I don't know.
I don't know, but correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't Hawaii the last state that was added to the United States?
Was it Hawaii or Alaska?
I'm saying one of the two.
One of them, yeah. Maybe that could be why. They're just the last ones to get on board. So that might just be how they operate.
Yeah, well, they'll get on board the friendship train pretty soon.
I heard that song. Do you know I heard that friendship train song? We were watching, not Soul Train. That's not the name of the movie, but the American Soul, about Don Cornelius and Soul Train. And I heard that song and I was like, man, look at that. That song came out in the 70s and that's a song we can use today that still speaks truth and is relatable to what's going on right now. Y'all need to hop on a friendship train.
Right. Right.
So I have another picture to show, and this picture is the Juneteenth flag. I didn't know that there was a Juneteenth flag.
So do you know, while you're waiting for that to start, that Galveston every year raises the Juneteenth flag?
Really? No, I didn't know that.
Yes, every year they have a celebration and they raise that flag.
Wow.
That's the Juneteenth flag?
Now this is the Juneteenth flag, and there are reasons behind it. Now I also saw that now, because of all the controversy with the Confederate flag, people are saying that this is too close to the Confederate flag.
Yeah, where's the black and green?
But well, black and green, that's Jamaica. We're not all from Jamaica.
No, I mean, where's
no, they have a flag that is
where's the
for the African colors?
Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow and well, this one,
the original flag.
Right, this is the original Juneteenth flag. And the meanings of the colors were, the meanings of this flag were, the colors red, white, and blue echo the American flag to symbolize that the enslaved people and their descendants were Americans. The star in the middle pays homage to Texas because the star is the Texas symbol, while the bursting new star that's going around it on the horizon of the red and blue fields represents a new freedom and a new people. So the person who did it, I forgot to put her name down, but she actually put thought into it, because these were her, this is what she defined as the meanings of creating the flag. But I do see what you're saying is like they took away the whole African part of African American and didn't include, I guess, no, because it's, what is black, yellow, and red? Like, no, yellow, green, and red.
Look.
She has one on her wall. Oh, there she goes. She got her kente cloths. Yeah. So they took away They took away that part of it and they said that the meaning was to show that we were American. So what about the African American part?
Right.
Yeah, that's another. That's
Yeah,
there's some
because
other things that can be questionable.
Who designed that flag?
I forgot to write down the name of the person who did it, but it probably wasn't.
Where did she come
not.
from?
It probably was not an African American who designed it. It probably was someone from Texas because they wanted to make sure that we recognize Texas.
But see, because the red, black, and green is supposed to be the Afro-American flag.
right.
So that's
Okay.
why I'm wondering why that wasn't in there.
So now the question will be, we might have to look at when was the African American flag created? This Juneteenth flag probably was created before the African American flag was created.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably didn't have those colors yet. So they might need to go revisit that and do a revised Juneteenth flag. Everything seems to be getting revised now. And Jemima boxes, Band-Aids, this, we will have a whole new society.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
The flag that we see now with the African American colors was not redone until 1997.
Okay, so that was 97. That was way after the Juneteenth flag was created.
But one of the facts that I got too was that in 1920, it was adopted, and Marcus Garvey was the one that designed it. The horizontal tri-band.
He's the one that designed the African American one?
Red, black, and green was
Mm-hmm.
designed in 1920 by Marcus Garvey, it says.
Okay.
And it was 3 equal lines of the red, the black, and the green.
So I wonder, we're doing this really fun facts live because we're pulling up some information for you guys.
Right.
So it's saying, I'm trying to pull it up. My internet is a little slow for some reason today.
Okay, so this is
there was 3 people that
What flag did you say was 1997?
That's when they started adding more of the African American colors in it. So it said the flag was designed by Boston Ben, which is Hill, and then Verlene Hines, Asm, and Elliott Design. They're the ones that came up with the Juneteenth flag to represent the history and the freedom of the American slave and their descendants.
But I see that what I'm looking at says that was created in 97. Is that the flag you were talking about was made in 97?
No, this is the original one that we were
the original, okay.
Yeah, in 1865.
But that's the Juneteenth flag you're talking about.
The Juneteenth one.
The Juneteenth flag.
Right, but I was talking about the Afro-American flag.
Oh, my bad.
So they're different flags then. The one I said by Marcus Garvey.
1990. So see, the African American flag was created in 1990. It says for the Black USA exhibition at Amsterdam's museum. The red, black, and green one, and that's I'm pull up.
Right now, I see that one you're talking about too. So that's a fact we need to look into, and we'll bring that back next week.
Yes, as far as when the different ones were created, and this is the Afro-American black. It says Black Lives Matter USA flag, but it was the same. This is the black flag that I found. Said it was created in 1990.
You have the one that has a green background with stars.
African American flag right here. This red,
no,
black.
Go into your images.
Yeah, see this.
There's another one.
There's another one that I don't know how to share it with you guys, but it has it's almost designed like the American flag where it has a field of stars, but it's black stars on a green background.
And that one's called the African American flag too?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do some. Here it is.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah, this the one that I.
Which one?
Let's see. Uh-oh.
It has a field of green where the stars were on the American flag, but the stars are black.
Yes.
And then it has red stripes.
This one.
Yes, that one.
Yes. This is the one that was from 1990.
And it says the Black Lives Matter U.S. flag. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what it says. But,
but
know,
then the
we
other
weren't doing Black Lives Matter.
3 stripes. The other one with just the 3 stripes.
Right.
That one it was saying was Marcus Garvey.
Okay, so we're gonna revisit that next week. We'll do some talk about the different flags next week. Well, maybe not next week. We'll talk about flags on July 3rd for 4th of July. We will discuss the American flags and different ones because next week we have another birthday party.
Woo-hoo! Party.
It's Sissy Nell's birthday next Friday.
Whoop, whoop.
So we're not going to talk about flags next week. We will talk about flags on the 3rd, Independence Weekend.
Right. Because it all goes with the red, the white, and the blue, and how it all ties in together.
Yes.
America's apple pie.
So speaking of America and different states, there is only one U.S. state whose name can be typed in one row of keys on the keyboard. You know what state that is? Only using the middle keys in the keyboard out of the letters A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, L. There's only one state that could be typed and spelled using only those keys. Any ideas? It is, you want to guess?
I'm looking. One row?
Just using just the middle row.
That's only one vowel is A.
Yep.
Well, I see flag there.
Flag is not a state.
A state.
Flag is not a state.
It represents a state.
There's one state that can be spelled using only those letters.
God.
And this fact comes from rd.com, so readersdigest.com. This one and the next quiz question comes from readersdigest.com. It's rd.com. And that is Alaska. Alaska is the only state that can be spelled using only one row of keys on the keyboard.
Okay. And that was our 49th state.
Alaska was?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hawaii was the 50th?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so see, they're the last state, so they probably say we're gonna be the last ones to join in with you.
Uh-huh.
Well, and then listen, Alaska is where the bald eagles are.
Yeah, the majority. I need to go back there again.
Yes, you do.
Go see some more eagles.
Yes.
Okay, so we have another quiz. Oh, go ahead.
I know some people have said that Alaska cruise was the worst one that they've had. It was the best one I had. It all depends on, I think, what you go for. I went to see the Eagles, so I was very happy.
Yeah.
She was very happy.
Yeah.
And you had good company too.
Right. You know, I took my party with me.
So
yeah, it's all in what you're looking for.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, our next quiz question, which letter of the alphabet is not in any U.S. state name? Which letter of the alphabet is not in any U.S. state name? There's 50 states to think about, but there is one letter of the alphabet that is not in any of their names.
You say just the United States, right?
Yes, just the United States. Any guesses?
Which one has Z?
Arizona.
Oh, yeah. Y.
No, Wyoming.
Kentucky.
And
Yeah, Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Has W too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excess Texas.
And Mexico, New Mexico.
And
Yeah.
G.
What one?
G.
No.
Wyoming.
Georgia.
Oh
Georgia.
yeah.
Georgia. Oh, Georgia.
Well, this letter is on my mind too, and I'm trying to figure it out, Georgia.
It's the letter. You ready? You give up?
Yeah.
B.
What'd you say? B?
Yeah.
And I was about to say Birmingham. That's not a state. What one has B? B is in something though, because it's not the answer.
Oh, okay. What's the answer?
What state has B?
I don't
Now
know.
you make one think what state has B.
I don't know.
We'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But the answer is Q.
Q. Okay.
Q is not in any state name, the letter Q. And now we're going to be trying to figure out, thinking back in our head, what state has B in it.
Okay.
Where did cotton candy come from?
Well,
You know what? We're going to save cotton candy. Oh, cotton candy, Dr. Pepper. Oh, Dr. Pepper flavored cotton candy. How does it taste? Does it taste like cotton candy or does it taste like Dr. Pepper?
it's new.
Have you ever tasted it yet?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so we'll save that for next week. We can talk about cotton candy during the birthday party.
Oh yeah.
Because
You like cotton candy?
Because we're getting to the end of our hour. So we'll save the cotton candy discussion for next week.
British Columbia.
Brit, there we go. There's the one with the B.
Is that in the United States?
I don't know. No.
That's in Canada. That was.
Oh. Okay, we're going to answer this question. Alabama and
Nebraska.
Alabama and Nebraska have a B in their name. Those are the only two. Yeah, that's funny. So we are going to end tonight's show because it is Juneteenth and going to play a video of Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is known as the African American National Anthem.
The Negro National Anthem.
Negro National Anthem. 'Cause we weren't African Americans back then when it first came out. We were called Negroes.
But do you know what? Back when I was in elementary school, do you know we had to sing that every day?
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
We had to sing that every day.
So did you sing it for real and you knew the words? Or
No,
did you
yes,
do
you knew the words.
Oh, okay. You know how a lot of times we just mumble the words
No,
along.
no. We knew the words and then we would rock with it.
Okay. Well, I found a video and this one is sung by Wintley Phipps and it does have the lyrics if you want to sing along, but we are going to play this just in recognition and honor of Juneteenth and for those who were slaves down our line because they paved the way. You know, we may not know everything that they did and can't really truly understand all that they went through, but it's because of them that we have gotten where we are now. And even those that weren't slaves after slavery, those that fought for civil rights and did everything to enable us to be able to be, like I said, where we are now today.
Right.
We are today. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. And I'm gonna make sure that I share the sound this time because I usually forget that part. There we go.
What is that?
That is Africa.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. And let us march on to victory, march on to victory, march on till victory is
Future belongs to those who prepare for it today. So
Wow.
that's our show. That one, I loved that one because the way it showed all the pictures of
Yeah.
different progressions through Black history. So
Says it all.
yes, that is our show for today. We will see you guys next Friday. And it's birthday party Friday.
All right. This is
This is
Thank you.